Hey guys, I'm your in-studio host today, Dallis Mitchell, and here with me today I have two cross-country runners, Lizzy and Austin. If you guys just want to go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience and kind of let them know what you do here at DSU.
Hi, my name is Lizzy. I am a senior nutrition student here at Dickinson State University. I run cross country and track and field, and then I'm also a student ambassador.
Hi, I'm Austin Lehman. I am a cross country and track and field runner also here at DSU. I am majoring in sports management with a minor in coaching.
So Austin, you're from California. Yes. How did you manage to find DSU? Because that is kind of far away from each other.
Yeah, so I managed to find DSU. I was looking for small class sizes. We'll also be able to get a sports management degree because I want to kind of own my own gym in the future. And I came across DSU, and they ended up recruiting me for cross and track and field.
So were you able to kind of come on a visit here before, or were you just blindsided and thrown into the first one?
My senior year was actually COVID. In California, we didn't open up till the end of my senior year, so I couldn't really fly out because I was afraid I was going to get stuck out here. So I didn't get a visit. I just blindly jumped in and kind of, said, let's go for it, and hopefully it lasts.
So was the transition kind of difficult, running in California? You have the sunny, warm beach weather to, running in Dickinson, North Dakota, kind of small town, a little bit colder, a little bit windier.
So yeah, it definitely was different. I'm from a desert originally, so I'm used to running cross when it's 110, 115 degrees, and now I come out here and it's like, 60. But then once we get towards the end of the season, it starts snowing. So that was the hardest transition. I've had to take care a lot more of my body more than anything right now, but yeah, it's definitely been a transition. But
I can only imagine, yeah. So Lizzy, you said that you also run during track season. How is the training different for track season versus when you're training for cross country?
That's a good question. It's actually very different. This is actually my first year doing cross country since high school. Coach Whitcop approached me this year and as well as last year to run cross. Last year I declined, but this year I love the girls on the team so much that I decided to go out again. The training is definitely different because in track I'm more of like a mid-distance runner. I run the 400, the 800, and the mile. So that's like a little bit shorter interval training, whereas cross, we're running a lot more miles. Our long runs can be anywhere from like 6 to 8 miles, where I don't really get that mileage in when I'm doing training for like the shorter sprints. But yeah, it's cross country and track both have different challenges for different reasons, but yeah.
Would you be able to say like one's easier training, or are they both kind of, difficult in their own ways?
They're both pretty difficult in their own ways. I would say the training isn't as long in track and field. My workouts I can usually get done within like 45 minutes, and like sometimes our track workouts can be anywhere from and sometimes we're at the track for like an hour and a half. So they both have their challenges, but I wouldn't say one is harder than the other.
Is there like a favorite meet you guys get to go to for track or cross country, whatever one?
Conference every single year is always fun because you get to see somewhere new. Like this year we're going to Wisconsin, and that's going to be really cool because, hopefully the girls can beat Viterbo on their home course, and then hopefully the guys can come out there and win and beat Dacotah State in their rain.
Yeah, I don't really know what to expect this cross season since it is like my first year back since high school, but I'm excited to go to Wisconsin, just like Austin said. And then I kind of fell in love with SDSU's indoor track just because we ran on it so much last year, so I do enjoy going to Brookings for those meets.
Yeah, that sounds super exciting. So one of our favorite questions that we ask everyone that we have on the show is, what does DSU mean to you?
Well, DSU has kind of become just like my home and my family over the past 5 years that I've been here. Like all my friends are here. I'm very comfortable here. DSU, I have so much pride in this school, and I'm so thankful that I made the decision to come here. So kind of a generic answer, but DSU just kind of means home.
Yeah, it's definitely the same thing for me. I'm so far away that it kind of had to make it my home, and I actually, plan on staying here now because I found North Dakota, and honestly, it's just been a home and a family away from home. Everyone's always saying thank you and all that, whereas back home they don't say that. They're always saying, hi, how's your day going? It's really nice to actually be able to have a relationship with more than just your little group like back home.
It's kind of crazy. I have talked to a lot of kids from the West Coast because I'm from Arizona, and I swear 9 out of 10 of them are like, yeah, I plan on staying in Dickinson for a little bit longer than I had originally planned. But thank you guys so much for being here today. And up next, we'll have Jacob Marley with your weekly recap.
Welcome to your on-campus interview. I'm your host, Venner. I have 2 athletes with me on campus today. I'll have them introduce themselves, and then we'll get started with the interviews. I'm Maddy at the volleyball.
And I'm Braden at the football.
All right, we'll get started with Maddy. All right, so coming off kind of a tough loss last week from Valley City, 1 game, what was the atmosphere kind of like in Scottsdale last week? Yeah, so previously we were on the road 4 weekends in a row, so that was kind of tough, but having an opener was really exciting. We, from the locker room to the court, like we just had really high energy, really excited. Working up to that game, we were constantly in the gym working on reps, what we can do better to come on top on that game. Valley City was a good team. They picked up every single ball. They had our numbers and they were to play. For sure. How's the team feeling with the upcoming home game against Naval State? Appears their record's about 8-3, so I think that out of the gate after I met. I think it'll be a really good game. Obviously, we're doing the same thing. We're actually making a change to our defense, so hopefully that will help us. They're a good team. They're scrappy. They tip a lot, but I think we're ready for them. Totally. Come out and support your girls. Scott Gym Friday night at 6 p.m. We'll be there. Helping the atmosphere is about the same. It seemed like there was fun people with that jersey game. It's awesome. All right, Braden. So first, I want to congratulate you on North Star Player of the Week a couple weeks ago. So it seems like you guys are currently 2-1. Your last game was a close one against Wisconsin Scout two weeks ago, and this last week was a bye week, so you guys got a break. What was Coach Stan having you guys do last week to prepare for this upcoming week?
So it's kind of a little bit of a recovery week and a little bit of like getting back to the basics. I would say, I guess. We just did a little bit more indie drills and stuff like that. Get our legs back underneath us. So we're ready for this week.
Totally. What's the energy like coming into this weekend's game against Waldorf, who's 3-1?
I think it's pretty good. Coming off a bye week, it's pretty nice having a bye, like get your body fully recovered. And people are probably ready to get back out and the field, play a game now. So
Totally. We'll be sure to tune in on Saturday and watch the Locks beat the Warriors. All right, so for our next little bit, we're going to do kind of a couple of things. So I guess I should preface. I don't know. These guys have been together. How long have you guys been together?
almost 2
years. That's we're just testing. There you go. So we're just going to do a little Q&A. So I'll ask a question about each other, and they're both going to answer, and then we're going to reveal the answer, see if they're the same or different, okay? All right, so the first question, what position does Maddy play at volleyball? Peace. All right, let's reveal. Hot. So, very good. All right, next one. What position does Braden play in football? All right, let's see. Oh yeah, why you got him like that? That's fine. Perfect. All right, you guys are starting fun strong. Thank you. Some years out. All right, so what's Maddy's favorite movie?
Flower. Cool. The siege.
Since with the effect. Mario, let's see. I just saw Disney.
I'd look. Oz guessed.
And then we'll go, of course, what's Braden's favorite movie? Consolidated as a lieutenant?
I do. Yeah, right now too.
Too easy.
Probably.
All right. Let's see. Northmost. This is impressive.
That is impressive.
All right. Couple more questions. What's Maddy's favorite song?
Oh,
Guilty pleasure song? Country.
oh my. She doesn't even know.
I don't even know. You don't even know? Do you have a favorite song?
I don't have a favorite song either.
No? All right. Well, we'll surprise. Inspire. All right. This one's mainly for Maddy. What is Braden's Fortnite name?
It's like, better spell it right.
I tried. All right. Let's check it out.
No. No. Close.
Is there an explanation behind this Fortnite?
So I made it like in high school. I saw a meme about a Tide Pod and it said Winslow B. Boy. I just changed my gamer tag did that and I just got booted it. That's why.
All right. We'll finish off with that question right there. Thank you guys for coming in on campus and tune in to Dallas's in-studio interview. Thank you guys.
All right. Welcome to the Hawk Talk segment, A Minute with Easton, where Easton will have 60 seconds to answer a question or multiple questions. Today's question is, what are some future academic programs that you see growing within Dickinson State University?
So for future programs, I put at the top of the list would be diesel technology. That program should be online fully. We're hoping this summer, if not next fall. Huge amount of interest in that program. If you're talking about programs that exist that look like they will continue to grow, I would put first of all, I'd say nursing right now has a really significantly larger enrollment this year than they had last year. That's really encouraging news. They're kind of getting past that COVID thing. Teacher education, so what we used to call teacher education, School of Education. That's a program that's doing great things, and both the graduate and undergraduate programs there are growing significantly.
And that's time.
Okay, that's
You had a lot to say. Awesome. Thank you so much. This has been Jacob Marley on campus with Stephen Easton. Thank you. Now time for your DSU weekly recap. For baseball, on September 16th, baseball traveled to Valley City State University to play the Vikings in a doubleheader. The Blue Hawks split with VCSU, losing the first match but winning the next 11-7. Baseball was at home on the 20th as they took on Miles City Community College. Just a few days later, on the 23rd, they played Mayville also at home. This week, the Blue Hawks will be traveling to Mayville to face the Comets.
For cross country, on September 8th, the men's and women's cross country team traveled to Moorhead, Minnesota to participate in the Dragon Twilight. The men's team placed 5th and the women's team placed 6th in the meet. Shout out to Emberlyn Hoffman-Gashk and Caleb Sarsland for sweeping the Runner of the Week awards. Both cross country teams traveled to Minneapolis, Minnesota to run in the Roy Griek Invitational.
And for football, on September 9th, football traveled to Menominee, Wisconsin to play Division III opponent Wisconsin Stout. The Blue Hawks walked away victorious with a score of 24-21. Congrats to Brooks Talbot and Chase Miller for securing the NSAA Player of the Week awards. The Blue Hawks traveled to Waldorf to face the Warriors on the 22nd, and the Blue Hawks will be traveling to Valley City this week to take on the Vikings.
For golf, on September 10th, the men's and women's golf team traveled to Montana Tech to participate in the Montana Tech Invitational. The Invitational lasted 3 days. The men's team placed 2nd out of 7 teams, and the women's team placed 4th out of 5 teams. Shout out to Bryce Reed for capturing the Golfer of the Week award. Both teams traveled to Valley City to participate in the VCSU Invitational, and this week the team will be traveling to Lake Mills, Iowa to participate in the Waldorf Invitational.
And for volleyball, on September 13th, volleyball was at home as they played Valley City. The Blue Hawks unfortunately lost to VCSU 3-0. On the 22nd, volleyball faced Mayville at home, and this week the Blue Hawks will be traveling to La Crosse, Wisconsin to face Viterbo.
And for your performing arts, for some on-campus activities, Jazz Band held a concert on the 20th. There will also be a fall band concert held on the 26th. There will be a big homecoming concert on October 2nd in Stickney Auditorium, so make sure you come out and support.
And lastly, I just want to thank our supporters and our spectators, because you are what keeps Hawk Talk going. And lastly, always,
Hawks are up.